And now, ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, direct from the bar,
Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Okay, so I wanted to make a video to kind of get everybody caught up on my situation because I know a lot of you are asking. So today is the final day. If I can't achieve my goal or I can't get them to allow me to delay, that's it. There's nothing left. A lot of you have been very helpful, leaving suggestions. So I want to go ahead and address some of those things because I'm starting to realize what happens in one state might not be the same in another state. And then you got trolls out there, and I usually don't give a crap what trolls say. And people always say, why don't you block them? I'd say like 99.9% of the time, I won't block them. What I'll do is I'll have conversations with trolls, and the next thing you know, I'll win them over, and they become huge supporters. But there are some people out there, it doesn't make a difference. They're just assholes, okay? So as far as the donations are concerned, let me show you where we're at. I'm at 40% of my goal. And I have to be honest about something. One of the reasons why I didn't even want to do a GoFundMe, other than the fact that it's very humbling, I realize how tough things are out there. People don't have money to spare. It's really hard to contribute. Even when people want, they might not have the money to contribute. But it finally got to a point where I really had no choice. I had to start seeing if there was an alternative to what the heck I was trying to keep the house. And so I finally did decide to do the GoFundMe. So far, I'm at 40% of my goal. I was not expecting. Like I said, I realized there was people out there going through some hard times. I didn't expect a whole lot from this. You can understand how pleasantly surprised I am to see that I'm at least this far. It's very humbling, you guys. It really is. So today is my last day to try to get to the goal of 25,000. Like I said, I made it this far, and I'm extremely grateful for this. Like I said, it's very humbling. And I always said I had a great group of listeners, but really, guys, this is a whole lot. Every time I went to update it to see where I was, you can understand my eyes were welting up. You people are the best. I have people who are sending money over here to GoFundMe. I have people sending me cryptocurrency, whatever I can get. Which reminds me, down in the description, I'll leave the address for Ethereum. So a lot of people are asking for my crypto address for Ethereum, so I will leave it down in the description. Look, you don't understand. That all helps. Cryptos are fine. Had a gentleman last night Zelle me money. I appreciate all of that. I really do. From the bottom of my heart, I'm forever grateful. I knew I had the equity to refi. Trust me, I got more than enough equity. That's not a problem. My issue was I had dragged my ass too long, and by the time I even wanted to start the process of what was going on, that's when I started having all these nosebleeds and bleeding everywhere. And for good 4 weeks, it really wiped me out. I was exhausted. I was tired, dealing with it. I had no idea what was going on. The doctors still to this day, have no idea what the hell happened. And you have to see the amount of blood that I was losing every time I started bleeding. It was concerning, There's a lot of blood. And I was doing this 3 or 4 times a day. Well, when you start losing that much blood, after a while, what happens is you get exhausted. I was exhausted. Just going up to go to the bathroom would wipe me out. So I didn't have a lot of energy to focus on shit. So I really didn't pay attention or just didn't think about it at the time. So by the time I started to get my energy back, I was like, oh crap, I got to get this thing started. And so I started the process of going through a refi. Well, my other issue is this. Assuming that a refi would happen really quick. What I didn't realize is that there was a lien on the house. So it's taken care of in the courts. So as I'm talking to the escrow people, I told them, what? That crap was settled years ago. And so fine. But the fact that there's a lien on the house, and just because I tell them that has been settled, so they have to look into the situation. So anyways, I just thought it'd be something real simple, real quick to take care of. Come to find out that's not the case. She said, let me explain to you how this works. I get this paper here. You got liens on your house, and you're looking for a refi. I have to go through and validate what liens are legit and what ones are not. Because if you're going to refi and you have the equity in your house to do so, they're going to pay off the liens first. I said, no, I understand that. No problem. I have plenty of equity, so it's not an issue. She goes, okay, but I'm just saying to you, I have to write the letter. We don't do this over the phone. Send it to the courthouse. Then they get the letter. They do the research on their end. And then they respond with the status of the lien. and then send it back to me, and then it reaches my company until it eventually gets on my desk. So it could take anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks, 8 weeks before this gets settled. So it never even dawned on me that this kind of crap would pop up, and this is what I'd have to go through. So back to what the original issue is, time. It was just like one event after another happened that caused me to drag my ass into going into the refi. And even though I went into the refi, I didn't realize the extent of the process that people had to go through just to refi the house. I can get when you buy a house to refinance it. I didn't realize pretty much is the same process, which brings me into the situation I'm in. And because I kind of dilly-dallied around and drug my ass and then took time for granted and assumed that I could take care of this issue quickly, that bad assumption. So let that be a lesson to people out there. Don't drag your ass when it comes to shit like this. So I'm telling everybody all my business only because I don't want people to feel apprehensive or uncertain. This is the situation I put myself in. It's my fault. I totally get it. Nevertheless, I'm in the situation. A lot of you guys have recommended bankruptcy, so I looked into it. And again, time is the issue. Whether I file a Chapter 11 or Chapter 13, because I'm so close to the auction date, the lawyers are like, we can try to help you. We could try to stop the auction, but there's no guarantee, only because time was the issue. So I had to ask myself, do I want to pay these guys thousands of dollars to try and stop the auction, and there's no guarantee that they can? Or should I just wait and see if these people will allow me the option to delay, or if I could find a way to raise the money myself, which is why I created the GoFundMe. Again, you guys, it's a very humbling experience, but a lot of you have been in my shoes before. I could tell when I read your comments, so you know what I'm talking about. The other thing I want to say, there's people out there putting down their comments. I sent like a couple of bucks. I wish I could send more. Or there's people out there say, I have no money to send you, but I am praying for you. Anything you send is helpful, but I also understand that people out there are struggling, and you should focus on you and your family first. Okay, I understand that. And also, the one thing I want to make perfectly clear, if all you have is prayers, I'll take them, seriously, because they mean a lot. Anyways, I just wanted to show you where I was, 40% of my goal. I have one more day. By the way, that 40% was earned in a day. I have one more day to try to achieve my goal. So again, I want to take this time to just thank everybody. Whether you're sending prayers, whether you're sending $1 or $5, good Lord, some of you send $1,000. I just want you to understand how much it's appreciated. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of keep you updated on what's going on. If anything changes, I will let you know one way or the other. So today's my last day to try to achieve this goal as one of my options. Anyways, that's it for now, and I'll keep you updated later on. I'm out.